Looking back to 1913, this is a really horrific story, and also a story of somebody's absolute determination to stay alive. This is a story about a Utah cattleman who was attacked by a band of wolves. So this gentleman, his name was Victor Korn, and he was a cattleman, and he was trying to make it from Utah into Grand Junction, Colorado. And when he started from Utah on the range, he had 5 horses with him, his saddle horse and 4 trailing. And his first night's camp was made about 35 miles from Grand Junction, but he had no thought of wolves that night. And when he arose the morning, he found that 3 of his horses had been killed and practically devoured by the animals. I find it interesting. The article didn't say whether or not he arose in the night and he heard the attack. You would think that wolves attacking 3 horses would certainly be heard, but there's no mention of that. So it says that frightened, he started on with the 2 remaining horses. So he's riding one, he has one trailing, and the wolves were in pursuit of them. So when he camped the second night, the wolves killed the 4th horse. On the 3rd night, he built a really big fire and he was hoping to save his one remaining horse. But when he woke up the next morning, the fire was still smoldering and his horse had been killed and taken away. He followed marks in the blood for about a half a mile and then found the remains of this last horse. This cattleman, he decided he needed to get to Grand Junction, and he carried a saddle. He walked about 30 miles, the entire distance, fighting wolves the whole way. I can't even imagine the strength that this guy had. First off, his saddle was 50 pounds, and those old Western saddles were really heavy. They're not like the lightweight saddles today. So he's carried the whole thing, fighting wolves the entire way until he made it into Grand Junction, Colorado. Again, this was in 1913, and remarkable journey of this man, but terrible for all the horses, right? Now we're going to look back to 1911 in May. And if you think that we have a lack of entertainment out here now, think about this. Ordinance number 37 was passed in American Falls, which is in Oneida County, Idaho, and it reads as follows. It shall be and is hereby declared lawful for motion picture theaters to operate on Sundays. Thank goodness, right? Within the limits of the village of American Falls. Such motion picture theaters shall not be kept open, and no show shall be given on a Sunday except after 6 p.m. You know, you got to go to church first, guys. And no pictures shall be displayed at such shows except those of a biblical character and pictures of scenery, and only one show or performance shall be given on a Sunday evening. You can't keep people up too late, right? No comic pictures of any description shall be shown. Absolutely, you cannot have fun and laugh. This ordinance shall be effective from and after passage and publication, and was approved May 18, 1911, and published by the Board of Trustees. I don't think I'd want to live in a town with such strict ordinances, but then again, it's 1911. What do I know? And now for something a little bit lighter. I'm looking back at 1911. This was in the newspaper July 20th. And there was a painter in Tarrytown, New York. And he was in a swing painting the water tower up there late Saturday when the rope broke. Now, long before OSHA and harnesses, right? So he dropped 150 feet, struck a wire, turned a complete somersault, and landed on his feet. He smiled and said, "I didn't expect to come down this way, but I'm all right." Although he was a little bit shaken up, he was able to walk home. Remarkable luck this man had. Too bad they didn't have the lotto back then.